Something massive is shifting right now. You can feel it, can't you? Have you been experiencing an underlying hum, a strange sense of anticipation, like the very fabric of reality is vibrating at a new frequency? It's not your imagination. These are not just normal fluctuations. Something unprecedented is occurring, and it demands your immediate attention. This isn't some vague cosmic murmur. This is a powerful, direct energetic shift, and you are right in the middle of it. We are talking about a convergence of cosmic forces, specifically a massive solar flare, unleashing an X-class 2-2 energy burst, and a rare planetary alignment that are working together to trigger a critical shift in both personal and collective timelines. This isn't just energy flowing through you, it's actively reshaping the world around you and your path forward. You're likely feeling its influence already, a strange sense of disquiet, an almost electric energy in the air, an unusual emotional intensity that seems to come out of nowhere. The recent solar flare, the one that broke scientific records for its intensity, was not just an astronomical event, it was a catalyst. This isn't just about what's happening out there in the cosmos, it's about how that energy is actively reshaping your inner world, your emotional state, and your very reality. Understanding these shifts is not just interesting, it's essential. Miss this opportunity, and you might find yourself struggling through the changes instead of riding them. This is your essential briefing, the necessary information to help you navigate this time with clarity and intention, setting you up to move into higher potentials with power and grace. These energies are not just about you. They are driving a powerful, collective shift, a timeline activation that is impacting everyone on the planet. Look around you. Do you feel the heightened intensity of global events, the undercurrent of unease and change that seems to be everywhere? This is not just random chaos. It's the energetic pressure created by this solar flare and planetary alignment. These events are serving as catalysts, rapidly shifting our collective consciousness, which directly affects your personal journey. The magnitude of this shift is immense. It's not just a subtle change. This is a significant timeline activation where you have the choice of being a passive participant or an active creator. These energies are not forces to fear, but powerful tools to use for your own growth. Those intense emotions, the sudden changes in your day, the feeling that everything is moving too quickly or too slowly are all echoes of this shift. You can either be swept away by it or actively harness it for your own benefit. This knowledge isn't just to explain your current experience. It's to give you the power to influence your future reality. This is more than just an understanding of the mechanics of the cosmos. It's about learning to navigate the energies actively to create your own reality, taking the driver's seat instead of the passenger. Transformation, awakening, and alignment. These are not just buzzwords. These are opportunities you can actively step into, powerful pathways to your next level. The specific cosmic elements at play, this record-breaking solar flare and this rare planetary alignment, are working in tandem. When Venus moved directly in front of Jupiter, it amplified the energy of transformation, like a cosmic amplifier turned up to full volume. Think of the solar flare as a massive energetic surge, a wave of light and consciousness washing over our planet, forcing the veils of illusion to thin and the core truths to come to light. The energy itself is not good or bad, it's a neutral force that is actively being shaped by your intention. This is where your energy sensitivity comes into play, and why you may be having an entirely unique experience of these events. Each of you is experiencing this according to your own unique energetic makeup, your own soul contract, and your preparation for this exact moment in time. There is no right or wrong way to experience this. However, your unique response is not random. It's an indication of the specific way in which this energy is engaging with your system. You'll also learn how to manage your emotional state, how to recognize the signs of change, and how to intentionally activate timelines. Each of these elements are key to navigating this time with intention and clarity. We'll be going over these in detail so you know exactly what's happening. And when Mars aligned with the Moon, you may have felt a surge of motivation or perhaps frustration. Both are an indication of the intensity of these energies. Your feelings are valid, and your responses are understandable. The universe is not just throwing things at you, it's actively communicating with you if you know how to listen. Have you been feeling like you are more aware of subtle energies, like the veil between worlds is thinner? It's as if there is more in the air than there used to be. Have you found yourself suddenly craving certain foods or activities, or feeling a pull towards certain locations, yet not understood why? There is a reason for all of this, and it isn't random. There are unseen forces at play, spiritual dimensions that are now more easily accessible now that the veil has thinned. You might have noticed 111 or 113 popping up in your life recently, on clocks, license plates, random receipts, or even in your dreams. These are not just random occurrences, they are specific signs from the universe. They are calling you to a deeper understanding. There is much more going on behind the scenes than you currently know. You are invited to explore what this means for you. By the end of this, you will not only know what is happening, but more importantly, how to actively use this energy to shape your reality. This is your moment to take your power back, to intentionally use the shifts happening to move towards a more empowered version of yourself. Instead of being used by the energies, you will learn how to use them. Let's break down the specific energies at play right now. This wasn't just a typical solar flare, this was an X-class 2 event, a surge of electromagnetic radiation so intense it registered on scientific instruments worldwide, not just as a blip, but as a major spike. The energy emitted wasn't just a burst, it was like a concentrated beam traveling at the speed of light, directly impacting Earth's magnetic field, and consequently, your energetic field. This isn't some distant event. It's an energetic tidal wave washing over you, and the numbers don't lie. Scientists recorded this flare as having a magnitude previously unseen in our current solar cycle, and that surge of power is what you're currently experiencing. It's like a cosmic reset button being pressed, not in some metaphorical sense, but as a measurable, powerful force. Have you felt a sudden surge of heat or a buzzing sensation in your body? This isn't random. It's your physical body reacting to this massive influx of energy, your nervous system recalibrating. This is a direct, tangible consequence of the solar flare's immense power, and it's a critical piece in understanding the scope of what is happening. It's a physical event with very real energetic effects on your system. It's not something to simply acknowledge, but to deeply recognize. It's also not a singular event. It was a catalyst that set off a series of other aligned energetic events. Adding another layer to this is the rare planetary alignment that is magnifying the effects of the solar flare. Think of it like a concert where each instrument plays its unique note, and the collective sound is what creates a harmony, or in this case, an energetic signature. This alignment wasn't just any alignment. As Venus moved into direct conjunction with Jupiter, it created a powerful amplifying effect on the solar flare's energy. Venus, known for its influence on love, beauty, and harmony, combined its frequencies with Jupiter's expansive energy, and this created a surge of potent transformational energy. This is why you might be feeling a stronger pull towards creative pursuits, or a need to find more balance in your relationships, or a renewed sense of hope, or on the flip side, a deep sense of frustration at your current situation, a need for change, or a longing for something more. It's the combination of these energies that is creating this specific experience and this feeling of urgency that you're currently experiencing. It's not just a solar flare happening in isolation. It's a specific energetic cocktail designed to initiate a potent shift, and it's not happening to you, but for you, to propel you forward. The energy is like a compass recalibrating, aligning you to a higher magnetic north, one that aligns with your higher potential. Now, imagine this energetic combination, this X-class solar flare and the Venus-Jupiter alignment, creating a unique vibrational frequency, like a cosmic tuning fork striking a specific note. This frequency is resonating through the Earth's energy grid, impacting the very fabric of our reality. It's affecting timelines, shifting possibilities, and activating latent potential within our consciousness. This isn't just about the physical world. This is about how this energy is interacting with your individual timeline. It's like a wave that washes over everything, and each of us is either surfing it or being tumbled by it. The key here is that you're not just being affected by it, you're also influencing it by your response to it. If you've found that time seems to be moving differently than usual, either too fast or too slow, this isn't just a personal perception. It's a direct effect of these energetic shifts. Your body's own relationship to the timeline is being recalibrated. You're not just a passive observer, you're an active participant in the shaping of your own reality. This frequency, created by the specific energetic combination, is rewriting the code, and you're the one who can choose to consciously participate in the rewrite. This is far from random. The combined effect of this solar flare and this planetary alignment can manifest in very tangible ways. For instance, the alignment of Mars and the Moon might explain the sudden bursts of energy you are feeling, or conversely, that feeling of being completely drained. Perhaps you've noticed sudden mood swings, an increased sensitivity to your surroundings, or a persistent feeling of restlessness. This isn't your fault. It's the energy that is moving through you. It's important to not judge the feelings that are coming up for you, but instead, recognize the information they are providing you. These are not just random emotional experiences. They are reflections of the intense energy that is activating both your system and the timeline you are currently experiencing. Are you finding that you are easily triggered or feel like your emotions are on overdrive? The heightened intensity is like a magnifying glass, amplifying what is already there. This amplification isn't a punishment, it's an opportunity to observe, to understand, and to ultimately transform. As these energies are intensified, there is no more space to hide. All that has been hidden is now being illuminated. What do you notice about yourself right now? Are you ready to observe and meet it with a loving and open heart? This is the time. These shifts aren't just about some abstract energetic change. They are deeply personal, and they are designed to shake up the status quo, to push you beyond your comfort zone. This is a time of both disruption and transformation. Yes, the energies might feel chaotic. There is a definite feeling that things are unpredictable right now. However, this chaos is a necessary catalyst. Like a forest fire that clears the underbrush to create space for new growth, these energies are clearing the way for higher potential realities to manifest in your life. This is why the energies might feel both overwhelming and exciting at the same time. They are showing you what needs to be cleared away in order to make way for what wants to grow, what needs to come into the light. This isn't a time to retreat, it's a time to rise. Are you ready for that? This isn't about surviving it, it's about thriving in it. This is about intentional, active participation. These events are a push, an invitation to step into your highest timeline. This is your opportunity to move from a space of passivity into one of empowered action. And those who aren't ready will likely be tumbled by the waves, while those who are will be surfing them towards their desired outcomes. Which one are you? The specific cosmic events we are discussing are amplifying your emotions. That's why you may have experienced those strange mood swings that seem to come out of nowhere, the sudden rushes of anxiety, the uncharacteristic irritability, or even the profound moments of joy and deep connection. The key here is that these intense emotions are not your enemy. They are a barometer, showing you what needs to be addressed, what needs to be loved, what needs to be healed. The intensity is creating a situation of now or never, and those who are willing to meet their emotions with curiosity and not resistance will be more easily able to navigate this energetic period. These events act like an emotional amplifier, and it's showing you precisely what you need to see, feel, and address. For some, this amplification might manifest as intense dream states. Perhaps you've been having vivid, bizarre dreams, or perhaps you're having recurring dreams that you can't seem to shake. These dreams are not random. They are messages from your subconscious trying to communicate with you. This is all part of the same energetic flow and the same opportunity. It's a period of massive clearing and release. these emotions aren't just personal. They're tied into the collective shift, and by embracing them, you're not only healing yourself, you're also helping to heal the world. This is why it is so critical to not suppress the feelings or experiences, but instead to meet them with love and compassion. These energetic shifts aren't just influencing how you feel, but how you behave. You might find yourself suddenly craving solitude, needing time alone to process all that is coming up. Or you might find that you suddenly have an overwhelming desire to connect with others, seeking community and support. Or you might notice significant changes in your diet or your sleep patterns. You might find yourself having an increased desire for movement and exercise, or find yourself drawn towards creative activities that you may have ignored for a long time. All of these are not random. They are indicators of the energetic recalibration taking place. The universe is asking you to reassess your habits, to identify what supports you and what no longer serves you. This includes not only your physical habits, but also your emotional and mental habits as well. Are you noticing synchronicities that are popping up in your life now? Is it just a coincidence, or is it something more? This is not some abstract concept. This is a very real and concrete experience that is happening. This is a period that is asking for total self-awareness and an active participation in identifying how you are choosing to show up in the world. This is where conscious participation becomes key. It's not enough to simply observe what's happening. It's time to actively engage in the transformation. By making conscious choices that align with the higher frequencies, you are consciously shifting timelines. You are choosing to become an active creator of your reality. This isn't a passive experience. You're in the driver's seat now. This means that you're no longer at the whim of external circumstances. You can now consciously direct the flow of energy in your life. Those intense feelings aren't just things to be managed. They're powerful signals guiding you towards higher timelines. Your emotions and your behaviors are key pieces of data in this process, and they are indicators of what is aligning with you and what is not. This isn't about forcing or controlling. It's about conscious cooperation with the energy flow. This means choosing thoughts that support the life you want, behaviors that align with your highest potential, and emotions that reflect your desired future. It is making a conscious choice to direct your life and not simply being a bystander. What do you choose? The synchronicities you're noticing are not random coincidences. Those recurring numbers, those chance encounters, those strong intuitive feelings, these are all signs from the universe providing guidance during this powerful time. The universe isn't just throwing things at you, it's actively trying to guide you along your path. When you see 111, 222, or 333, it's not just a random occurrence. It's a nudge from the cosmos, reminding you that you're on the right track. Are you noticing that you keep hearing the same song on the radio, or keep meeting people who are working on similar projects, or keep stumbling upon information that is extremely relevant to what you are currently experiencing? These aren't just interesting coincidences, they are the universe providing you with breadcrumbs, and it's inviting you to follow those breadcrumbs. These are the messages. These synchronicities are not meant to confuse you, they are designed to awaken you, to make you aware that something more is happening. The veil is thinning, and the universe is speaking to you. Are you listening? As the veil between worlds thins, your intuition is heightened, and you may be experiencing more spiritual insights and even encounters with non-physical beings. The world beyond the veil is becoming more easily accessible. This is not cause for alarm, it's an invitation to explore these deeper dimensions of reality. You may find your dreams are becoming more vivid, more symbolic. Perhaps you've had moments of clear knowing, sudden insights that seem to come from nowhere. These are not random occurrences. These are the tools for guidance during this time. These insights aren't just for you, they are also for the collective. This isn't just a personal transformation, it's a collective awakening, and you are a key player in that process. Trust your inner guidance, follow your intuition, and pay attention to the messages that are coming through. It's not just a gift, it's a responsibility. You are being called to step into your role. Now let's talk about timeline shifting. The energy at play right now is so powerful, it allows for a conscious choice for which timeline you wish to inhabit. This isn't about just hopping for a better future, it's about consciously activating it by aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your desired reality. It's no longer enough to wait for things to happen, it's time to make them happen. It's like choosing which channel you want to watch on TV. Your current reality, that's just one channel, but there are infinite channels available to you, and it's now time to choose which one you wish to tune into. You're not just at the whim of fate, you are the architect of your own destiny. By making specific, intentional choices that align with the higher frequencies, you're actively shifting timelines. It's not a far-off possibility. It's happening now. To further clarify, let's take a look at how this process works. Imagine a past alignment where Mars was directly opposite Uranus. This was a time when you may have felt intense conflict, a need for change, and a strong desire to break free from limiting patterns. Perhaps at the time, you didn't understand what was happening, and you were struggling against the energies. But that conflict, that struggle, was actually the catalyst for a major transformation in your life. Now, with that in mind, look at how things have been shifting since then, how you've been evolving into an even greater expression of your potential. By becoming conscious of the effect of the Mars-Uranus opposition and taking active and intentional steps in that moment, you directly influence the timeline you are currently experiencing, and that energy is directly tied into the solar flare and Venus-Jupiter alignment of now. This is how you begin to understand your ability to shape your reality, and this isn't just in your past. This is all interconnected. The past, the present, and the future all have a direct effect on each other. The scientific explanations of this massive solar flare and the astrological interpretations of the planetary alignment aren't contradictory. They are different perspectives on the same energetic event. Science measures the electromagnetic radiation, astrology interprets the energetic influence of planets, and spirituality experiences this as a force of transformation. They are not separate. They are different lenses focusing on the same thing, an energetic shift that is impacting all aspects of existence. The numbers don't lie, but neither does your own experience. It's the integration of all three of these ways of experiencing reality that will provide you with the clearest understanding of what's happening. These aren't different realities, they're all one integrated experience. Just like the sun illuminates the entire world and casts different shadows and different perspectives, this energy illuminates all aspects of reality, and it invites you to look from many perspectives to gain a deeper understanding. This isn't just a physical event, it's a spiritual one, and understanding both provides an even deeper layer of understanding and agency. Your unique energetic makeup is critical in how you experience these shifts. Those who are more sensitive may be experiencing these energies intensely, while others may not be consciously aware of them at all. However, the lack of conscious awareness does not negate the reality of the energy itself. It simply means you might be experiencing it in different ways. If you're not actively feeling it, it might mean that this shift is activating a dormant aspect of your system, that your preparation for this moment has been more subconscious than conscious, or that you are a key player in supporting others through this process. There is no right or wrong way to be experiencing this. The key is that you are here now. You're not most people. If you're feeling that pull, like the moon is speaking directly to you, that's because it probably is. And this is also a signal that you've been preparing for this for a very long time. Don't discredit your journey. It is all part of a divine plan. The heightened intuition, the thinning of the veil, these aren't random phenomena. They are tools for inner guidance. They are also signs that there may be unseen forces actively communicating with you, and that you are being guided by something much greater than yourself. This isn't unusual, it is natural. Your inner compass is being recalibrated, allowing you to navigate these changes with clarity and confidence. If you've been feeling a pull towards a new path or a need to make a major change, that isn't just a random feeling, it is your inner guidance system waking up. It's time to trust what you know and not to discount your experience. You are not alone in this. The universe is actively supporting you, and it's communicating with you constantly. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. This isn't chaos, it's a divinely orchestrated symphony. Are you ready to play your part? While these energies might seem overwhelming, it's key to remember that you have the power to choose how you respond. You are not a victim of circumstance. You have the agency to create your reality. This is an invitation to step into your power, to take your place as a conscious creator, rather than being a passive recipient of external events. This isn't about control, it's about intentional action and the understanding that you are an active participant in your life. This means understanding that even if things feel turbulent, you always have a choice about how you respond to that turbulence. You are not being controlled. You are being offered an opportunity to step into your power and to shape your future according to your highest vision. The universe is not doing this to you, it's doing this for you. You are being supported and guided, and you are now being invited to claim your power and to become the architect of your own life experience. What do you choose? We are now approaching the critical phase of this timeline activation. The upcoming process will require your focused intention, your willingness to align with the higher frequencies, and your readiness to step into your power. This is not just information, it's an experience, and it's in your hands now. Are you ready for that? This isn't about waiting, it's about actively participating, consciously creating, and intentionally choosing. This isn't just another step. This is the beginning of a new chapter, the dawn of a new era. You are not just learning, you are becoming. Consider the synchronicities you've been experiencing, the heightened intuition, and the vivid dreams. These are all signals that you're being prepared for an activation of your desired timeline. They are your own personal breadcrumbs laid out to bring you to this moment. It's not random. You've been doing the work, even if you weren't consciously aware of it, and now you are being invited to understand that you have been supported every step of the way. This isn't something that you need to force. It's something that you've already been preparing for. Everything that you've experienced up until this moment has brought you here, ready for this next step. You were not brought here by accident. These cosmic events aren't happening to you, they are happening for you. The universe is offering its guidance, providing its support, and inviting you to step into your highest potential. You're not at the mercy of the cosmos. You're a co-creator, and you're now being offered the opportunity to consciously work with these energies to create the future you desire. This is the moment to step into your power, to claim your birthright, and to become the architect of your own destiny. And now, the world is ready for those who are ready. By actively participating in these shifts, you can experience greater abundance, joy, and spiritual connection. The path ahead is not one of struggle, it's one of empowerment, one of love, and one of profound transformation. The world is shifting, and it's shifting in your favor. You're on the verge of something extraordinary, and the opportunities that await you are beyond your wildest dreams, but only if you are willing to claim them. This is your moment, and you are ready, aren't you? So you're ready, aren't you? You've felt the shifts, you've experienced the synchronicities, and you've been preparing, consciously or not, for this very moment. Now let's dive deeper into how these cosmic events are impacting your personal timeline and how you can consciously shift it to align with your highest potential. Think of these cosmic events as leaving an energetic imprint on your timeline. It's like cosmic ink flowing across the canvas of your life, each event embedding specific frequencies and vibrations. This isn't some abstract idea. It's a very real phenomenon that is shaping your present experience. Every solar flare, every planetary alignment, every significant cosmic event leaves a unique energetic signature that continues to resonate and influence the course of your life. These imprints are not just historical records. They are actively shaping your experiences, your emotions, and your choices, creating patterns and tendencies that you might find yourself repeating, as if they are part of the blueprint of who you are. They are the echoes of the cosmos within your personal timeline, and you are now being invited to consciously engage with them. The key here is that these imprints are not fixed. They are fluid and malleable, and you have the power to rewrite them, to change the tune, to choose the frequency. These energetic imprints can also cause a distortion in your perception of time. Have you ever felt like time is speeding up or slowing down, that days blur together, or that weeks fly by in a flash? Or perhaps you've experienced déjà vu, the uncanny sense that you've lived a moment before. These are not just quirks of your memory, they are manifestations of these energetic imprints, creating a feeling that the past, present, and future are less distinct, more fluid than they usually seem. It's like the boundaries between these aspects of time are becoming blurred, creating a sense that you are straddling multiple realities at once. This sense of time bending, of feeling like you are existing outside of its normal structure, is the result of the thinning veil between worlds, the same thinning that is allowing for increased intuition and spiritual experiences. The cosmic events are creating a feeling that the past, present, and potential futures are merging, and your experience of time is now more flexible, more malleable than it has been before. It's like you are stepping outside of the linear flow of time, into a space where anything is possible, where you have the ability to choose which future you want to step into. These energetic imprints are also responsible for the recurring patterns that you might have noticed in your life. Perhaps you keep finding yourself in similar relationship dynamics, the same kind of conflicts coming up again and again, or maybe you notice that your career has these repeating cycles of growth and stagnation, or even patterns of health issues that seem to resurface at certain times. These aren't random or just bad luck. They are the manifestations of these imprints, the echoes of past energetic signatures continuing to resonate in your present experience. Maybe there was a specific planetary alignment or energetic event when you were younger that imprinted your timeline, that set a specific pattern in motion, and that pattern has been repeating itself ever since. Think back to significant moments in your past and see if you can see those patterns beginning to take form. This isn't about being trapped by the past, it's about becoming aware of how your past is impacting your present and using that awareness to consciously choose a different future. It's about recognizing the cosmic ink and learning how to rewrite it, how to change the pattern, and how to step into your full potential. You have been unknowingly living out the echoes of the past, and now you are being invited to rewrite your story. The most critical thing for you to understand right now is that timelines are not fixed and linear. They are fluid, flexible, and constantly changing. Think of them like a stream, always flowing, always moving, and you are the one who has the power to redirect that stream, to choose which way it flows. You are not trapped on a predetermined path, you have the agency to alter your course. This isn't just a concept, it is a demonstrable reality. Your choices, your intentions, your actions, they all influence the direction of your timeline, they all shape your experience. The universe is not imposing anything upon you, it is simply responding to your choices and your frequencies. This is the power of co-creation in action, and you are the one who has the agency to choose your path, to rewrite the narrative, and to create the future you desire. This isn't about fate or destiny, it is about conscious choice. What do you choose? How do you choose to flow the stream? These imprinted timelines can either limit you, trapping you in repeating patterns, or they can liberate you, opening you up to higher potentials, and the choice is always in your hands. Are you ready to be liberated? This is why these moments are so critical. They present a powerful opportunity for you to break free from old, limiting patterns and to step into a more expansive version of yourself. You can choose to stay stuck in the echoes of the past, or you can decide to redirect your energy towards a more fulfilling and aligned future. And now, in this moment, you are at the crossroads, making a critical choice that will determine the course of your life. This isn't just an abstract idea. It's a very real fork in the road, and the choice you make now will determine which path you take and which timeline you begin to experience. This is the moment. Are you ready to choose liberation? Are you ready to leave the limiting patterns behind? The key to aligning with these higher timelines is resonance. Think of timelines as vibrating at different frequencies, each with its own unique energetic signature. Aligning with a higher timeline requires raising your personal vibration, which is done by making conscious choices that shift your emotional state and behavioral patterns, creating a natural resonance. This is like tuning a radio to a specific frequency. By adjusting the dial, you're able to access a different station, a different experience. In this same way, by adjusting your internal frequency, your thoughts, feelings, and actions, you are able to access a different timeline. It is about intentionally creating a resonance with the reality you desire, and by doing so, you attract that reality into your life. It's not a passive process, it's an active choice. The numbers don't lie. Your choices dictate the frequency of the reality you experience. What frequency do you choose? How do you want your life to resonate? This alignment with higher timelines is not a passive process. It requires conscious participation, it requires focused intention, and it demands intentional action. You cannot simply wish your way to a better future, you must actively choose it by making shifts in your thoughts, in your feelings, and in your behavior. You are the one who is in charge of your own vibration. It is not something that is happening to you, it is something that you actively create. You are the tuner, you are the musician, you are the composer of the symphony of your life. This isn't about just thinking positive thoughts, it's about making choices that are aligned with the reality you wish to create. It's about choosing love over fear, choosing hope over despair, and choosing action over stagnation. You must actively cultivate your inner state, making sure that it's aligned with the higher frequency you desire, and in doing so, you begin to create that reality. It is the very definition of empowerment. You are the one who determines the course of your life. The consequences of not consciously aligning with these higher frequencies could be that you might find yourself repeating old patterns. You might miss out on opportunities that are designed to help you step into the highest potential of your life. Or you could find yourself continuing to experience the same challenges and limitations you have been facing. This isn't meant to scare you, but to serve as a powerful call to action, to awaken you to the reality that you are at a critical turning point in your life, where you have a very real opportunity to make a conscious shift. It's not just about avoiding negative outcomes, it's about embracing the positive potentials that are now available to you. You are being invited to rise to the occasion, to step into the fullness of who you are meant to be, to choose consciously and intentionally, and to embrace the extraordinary opportunities that await you. Are you ready to choose? Are you ready to take action? Are you ready to rise? During these times of heightened energetic activity, the boundaries between timelines become thinner, and you might start to experience timeline leaks, where you catch glimpses of potential futures or past imprints. It's like seeing through a window into alternate versions of yourself, experiencing a moment that you haven't yet lived, or feeling an emotion or a memory that doesn't feel like it belongs to you. These are not figments of your imagination. They are real bleed-throughs from other realities, from timelines where you made different choices, or where different events occurred, or timelines that you lived in the past. It's like catching a scene from another movie, a glimpse into a potential path that you could choose to step into. This is because the veil is thinning, the same thinning that is allowing for increased intuition and heightened spiritual experiences. This timeline leakage is a sign that your experience of time is becoming less linear, more fluid, and more expansive. The universe is offering you glimpses of your potential and is inviting you to choose the one that resonates the most deeply with your heart. During this time, there are also unseen forces that are actively guiding those who are ready to move into these higher timelines. These forces are working behind the scenes, communicating through intuition, through synchronicities, and through meaningful encounters, guiding you, supporting you, and offering you the gentle nudges you need to step into your full potential. This is not something to fear. It is a benevolent presence, a loving force that is guiding you and supporting you through this transition. These are your guides, your allies, and your higher self working together to help you create the life of your dreams, and they are using the thinning of the veil to communicate with you more clearly and more directly. It's like there is an entire team of unseen helpers who are cheering you on, offering you the support and guidance that you need. And now they are becoming more visible and more present because the veil is thinning. Have you noticed their presence? Have you been aware of their guidance? If you have been experiencing a heightened sense of intuition, if your dreams have been more vivid and more meaningful, or if you've been noticing unusual synchronicities appearing in your life, this may be evidence that the unseen forces are actively trying to communicate with you, that they are attempting to guide you towards a higher timeline. These aren't just random coincidences. They are messages designed specifically for you, and it's critical to pay attention to what they are telling you, to be open to receive the information that is being offered. This isn't about chasing the signs, it's about becoming aware of the signs that are already present in your life, and being willing to follow the breadcrumbs that the universe is providing. These aren't just fleeting moments. They are key pieces of your personal puzzle, and they are there to help you navigate this critical shift. The numbers don't lie, and your experiences are a clear indication that you are exactly where you are meant to be. If you're drawn to this message, there's a very good reason. You are meant to participate in these shifts. You are meant to be a part of this transformation. You are not here by accident. You've been preparing for this moment, consciously or subconsciously, for a very long time, and everything that you have experienced up until this moment has been leading you here. You are not alone in this journey. You are a part of a larger collective, and there are unseen forces that are supporting you every step of the way. This is not a random occurrence. This is a divinely orchestrated event, and you are playing a key role. You were specifically invited on this journey. You were specifically chosen, and you are more than ready for the challenges and the opportunities that await you. You are not just a witness, you are an active participant, and it is time for you to step into that role fully and completely. Have you felt it? Have you always known that you were here for a reason? Now, let's bridge the concepts of energetic imprints with the emotional and physical experiences we talked about earlier. That anxiety you've been feeling, that sudden fatigue, or those mood swings, they aren't simply random occurrences, they are actually echoes of energetic imprints. They are the reverberations of timelines that are no longer serving you, and they are now surfacing to be healed, to be transformed. Your anxiety may not be just anxiety. It might be the echo of a past timeline you are still resonating with, and those intense emotions might be the indicators of what is being cleared away to make space for something new. These aren't just personal experiences, they are connected to the cosmic shifts that are taking place, and they are inviting you to become more aware of your own energetic landscape. The key is to not resist these feelings, but to meet them with curiosity and with compassion, and to understand them for the messages that they are. It's like your body is a map, and these feelings are the locations, the coordinates, and it is up to you to decipher what they mean. Now that you understand that these imprints are not fixed, and that your personal vibration is what determines which timeline you inhabit, let's discuss intentional realignment. This is the process of consciously shifting your energetic imprint and redirecting yourself towards a more favorable timeline, and you are the one who is in control of this process. This isn't about just hoping for a better future, it's about actively creating it through conscious action. This is about taking the pen and rewriting your song. You are not trapped by old patterns, you have the power to choose a different tune. This isn't a passive process, it is an act of empowered creation where you are taking the lead and intentionally shaping your destiny. You are the composer, the musician, the conductor of your life symphony, and it is time for you to begin writing your next movement. Are you ready to take the pen? Are you ready to rewrite your story? Managing your personal vibration is a critical aspect of aligning with higher timelines. This includes self-care, intentional focus, and the release of old patterns and limitations. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about creating a resonance that attracts higher potentials into your life. This is not something separate from the timeline activation, it is a necessary component, It is an integral part of the process. It's like tuning a musical instrument. You must make sure that each string is vibrating at its highest potential in order for it to resonate with the other instruments. It's also about making sure that your entire system is prepared to step into a higher level of frequency and energy, and this requires that you nurture yourself, that you cultivate your inner landscape, and that you let go of the patterns that no longer serve you. It's not just about reaching your destination. It's about ensuring that your vehicle, your being, is prepared for that journey and that it can carry you with grace and with strength. These actions, meditation, journaling, intention setting, they are not just self-care activities. They are critical tools for the timeline shifting process. They are methods for shifting your personal vibration, and they are methods for consciously directing the flow of energy in your life. These are not optional activities. They are necessary components of your transformation. They are keys that unlock new possibilities. They are bridges that connect your current reality with your desired future. It is by doing these activities that you are not just becoming more aware of the patterns, but you are also creating the necessary shifts that will align you with your highest potential timeline. These are not just things you do. These are actions that transform. They are the very definition of empowered self-creation. You are not just taking care of yourself, you are actively participating in the creation of your future. You've now reached a point where you are able to consciously shift to your desired timelines, and the upcoming process will focus on the practical steps that are required to do just that. You are now ready to consciously engage with the energies. You are now ready to rewrite your story, and you are now ready to create the reality that you have always dreamed of. This isn't just a concept. This is a very real and tangible opportunity, and you are the one who is in control. This is the moment you've been waiting for, and this is the moment you've been preparing for. Are you ready? You've been seeing the signs, haven't you? The 111, the 333, the 777, and all the other synchronicities that have been popping up. These are not random. They are evidence of the preparation you've been doing. They are the universe's way of letting you know that you are on the right track and that you are ready for this next step. The numbers don't lie. You are exactly where you are meant to be. These are not just random occurrences. They are the validation of the work you have been doing. They are the proof that you have been supported every step of the way, and they are the affirmation that you are more than ready for what is to come. This isn't something you have to force. It is something you have already earned. These cosmic events are not happening to you. They are happening for you, and the universe is offering its guidance and support every step of the way. You are not alone in this process. You are not at the mercy of some external force. You are a co-creator, and you are now being invited to consciously work with these energies to create the future that you truly desire. It's not about surviving the shifts. It's about thriving in the shifts, and it's about stepping into your power, knowing that you are supported, knowing that you are guided, and knowing that you are more than capable of meeting this challenge. The universe has your back. You are never alone. So I invite you to step into your power now, to consciously participate in the upcoming activation process, to embrace the opportunity for real transformation, and to remember that you are more than ready for this challenge. You are more than capable of creating the life you've always desired, and now you are being offered the opportunity to do so with the full support of the universe. This isn't a theory. This is a real and tangible opportunity, and you are the one who is in control. The moment is here, and you are ready, aren't you? The energetic imprints we've discussed, those cosmic signatures left on your timeline, are not just static records. They're actively interacting with your present moment, like a cosmic tuning fork vibrating against your personal timeline, and this interaction is precisely why you're feeling such intensity right now. Think about it. A tuning fork, when struck, vibrates at a specific frequency. When that frequency encounters another object, it can cause that object to vibrate as well, either in harmony or in dissonance. In the same way, the energetic imprints from the solar flare and the planetary alignments are vibrating against your timeline, either creating resonance and flow or dissonance and friction. If your personal frequency is aligned with the higher potentials of these energies, you'll experience a sense of expansion, clarity, and ease. But if you're still holding onto old patterns and beliefs that don't resonate, you'll experience that dissonance as heightened emotions, inner conflict, and a feeling of being pulled in different directions, and you are likely experiencing a combination of both. The key here is awareness, recognizing how these interactions are influencing you and learning how to shift that resonance towards harmony. The experience you are having right now is not random, it's a direct result of this interaction. Have you ever thought about your feelings as having an external cause? That sudden burst of sadness, that unexpected wave of anger, that seemingly unprovoked anxiety, these aren't just random emotions. They are echoes of these energetic interactions, reverberations of timelines that you are currently entangled with. They are like fragments of other realities bleeding into your present moment, revealing potential paths and timelines that are available to you. And these are not just your feelings, they are part of a much bigger picture. Think of them like radio waves, each carrying a specific signal. When your personal frequency is out of alignment, you're picking up the static and noise from other timelines, from old patterns that you are now being given the opportunity to release, and the more you resist these feelings, the more intense they will become. What if that feeling you have is not yours? What if it's simply an echo from a different reality? Instead of fighting against them, you are now being invited to meet them with curiosity, with compassion, and with understanding, recognizing them for the data that they are. It's not about suppressing your emotions, it's about understanding their origins and using them as guides for your transformation. Are you ready to stop fighting and start understanding? Are you ready to decode the data behind your emotions? And it's not just your emotions that are responding to these shifts. Your physical body is also a finely tuned instrument, reflecting the energetic recalibration that is underway. The restlessness you've been experiencing, the sudden changes in your sleep patterns, the unexplained aches and pains, even the subtle tingling sensations you might feel, these are all evidence that you are being recalibrated to a new energetic frequency. Your body is like a compass, responding to the shifts in the magnetic field, and as the planetary alignments shift, your body is also adjusting to these new energetic currents. The Mars retrograde, the Venus transit, the solar flare, each of these events is creating its own unique signature on your physical body, and it is communicating with you through these physical sensations. The numbers don't lie, there are clear patterns if you know where to look. Are you feeling the energetic pull? Have you recognized the messages within the restlessness? This is your body, not your enemy. This is your body adjusting to a new higher frequency. Pay attention, and it will give you valuable information. The key to navigating these powerful shifts is not passive observation, it's intentional alignment, and that means making conscious choices to redirect the energetic flow in your life. You're not just a witness to these events, you're an active participant in their unfolding, and your choices right now are acting as levers that are redirecting your timeline. You can either choose to remain on the old path, continuing to repeat the same patterns and experiences, or you can choose to step onto a new path, consciously aligning with the higher potentials that are now available to you. This is not about just thinking differently, it's about acting differently, about making conscious choices that are aligned with the future you desire. This is about stepping out of the old story and into the new one. How are you choosing to act in this moment? What timeline are you choosing right now? Are you ready to make that choice? You are not at the mercy of the energies, you are the master of them. And as the energetic veils thin, you might find yourself interacting more intensely with the spiritual dimensions, and you are likely already experiencing it. You might find yourself seeing loved ones in your dreams, or receiving specific messages from your guides, even sensing the presence of unseen forces watching over you. These are not figments of your imagination. They are the realities of other dimensions bleeding through into your awareness, and they are trying to make contact. What if that sense of being watched is real? What if those messages in your dreams are more than just random thoughts? The veil between the worlds is thinning, and you are being invited to communicate with the realms of spirit more clearly and more directly. This isn't something to fear. It's a loving guidance, a reassurance that you are not alone and that you are being actively supported on your journey. The other dimensions are not out there. They are here. They are part of this moment. Have you felt their presence? Are you ready to handle who or what might be watching you? You're not being threatened. You're being guided. And in this transition, your intuition is now becoming your primary navigation tool, your personal compass guiding you through the shifting energies and toward your ideal timeline. Those gut feelings, those sudden insights, those knowing whispers, they are all manifestations of your intuition, your inner wisdom, trying to guide you towards the path that aligns with your highest potential. It is not a random feeling, it is a specific message. The numbers don't lie. There are distinct patterns in the types of messages you are receiving. The solar flare has amplified your intuitive senses, and those intuitive senses are specifically designed to help you navigate this shift. This isn't about abandoning logic. It's about learning to trust your inner guidance and allowing it to lead you forward. This intuition isn't just some abstract concept, it's a very real and powerful force that is available to you right now. Are you listening to your inner voice? Are you trusting the wisdom of your intuition? It has always been your most accurate guide. These messages from the spiritual dimensions and from your intuition aren't always clear at first. They often come in subtle and veiled ways, and it is up to you to decipher them, to interpret their hidden meanings. That sudden thought that pops into your mind, that vivid dream that lingers with you, that feeling that you can't quite explain, these are all messages from the universe, trying to communicate with you and to help you find your way. When you journal, when you meditate, when you spend time in quiet reflection, you're not just processing your thoughts, you're deciphering the messages that are being given to you. It's like you're learning to read a new language, a symbolic language that speaks directly to your soul, and it is a skill that you are already proficient in. This isn't about searching for answers outside of yourself. It's about turning inward and listening to the wisdom that's already there. You have the answers inside of you. Have you started to decipher the coded messages you've been preparing your entire life to understand? And it's more important than ever for you to understand that you're not meant to be a passive observer in this process, that you're an active co-creator, and that the universe is calling on you to step into your power now. This isn't about just waiting to see what happens. It's about consciously choosing what you want to create. The universe is not imposing anything upon you. It's responding to the choices that you are making, the thoughts that you are thinking, the actions that you are taking, and the vibrations you are emitting, and it's time for you to become aware of that. This isn't a request. It's a call to action, and the universe is waiting for you to respond, waiting for you to step into the role that you were meant to play, waiting for you to fully embrace your power. Are you ready to answer the call? Are you ready to take the lead in the creation of your own reality? You've been waiting for this moment, and so has the universe. This brings us to the core concept of timeline rewriting, and it's important for you to know that you have the power, right now, to intentionally shift your energetic imprint and to redirect the course of your personal timeline. You are no longer bound to any limiting timelines. This isn't a theoretical idea. It's a very real and practical ability that you possess, and the choices you make right now are creating the energetic signature of your future. The numbers don't lie. Each decision you make influences the timeline that you are experiencing. This isn't about changing the past, it's about changing the present, and by doing so, you're actively creating a different future. It's about taking charge of your narrative and writing the next chapter of your life with intentionality and with purpose. The past is done. The future is now being written by you. Are you ready to write? What will you choose? Every choice you make, every thought you think, every feeling you embrace is a lever that can either reinforce the old timeline or create a new one. It doesn't matter how small these choices might seem. Each one is an energetic contribution to the creation of your future. You are always choosing between your past and your potential future, You are always choosing between old patterns and new possibilities. When you react out of habit, when you succumb to old limitations, you are reinforcing the old timelines. But when you choose consciously, when you embrace new possibilities, when you align with higher frequencies, you are stepping onto a new path, you are creating a new timeline. This isn't about perfection, it's about intentionality. Each choice is a conscious decision of which timeline you will inhabit. What future are you choosing through your choices? Are you choosing out of awareness or from reaction? This timeline rewrite isn't just a mental process, it's an action-driven transformation, and this means that by changing your actions and your behaviors in the real world, you are directly influencing your timeline, and you are actively changing the course of your life. It's not enough to just think about a better future. You must actively create it through your actions. When you show up differently, when you take risks that you were afraid to take before, when you embrace new opportunities, you are literally shifting the energetic structure of your reality, and you are actively rewriting your timeline. This is a real-time reality shift that is happening now with each and every choice that you make. It's not about hopping for a different future. It's about taking action to create that future now. Every action matters. Are you ready to take action? Are you willing to step into a new future? And while the universe is offering its support and guidance, it's important to remember that you are the one who holds the ultimate responsibility for your choices and for the resulting timeline. This is not a process that can be outsourced to anyone else. It's a deeply personal and empowered undertaking. You are the one who is at the helm of your life's ship, and you are the one who is steering it through the shifting currents of time. The universe is not going to write your story for you. It's going to give you the tools and the support that you need to write it yourself. This is an invitation to step into your personal power, to embrace your accountability, and to create the future that you truly desire. It is about claiming the power that has always been yours. This process cannot be done for you. You must do it for yourself. Are you willing to be responsible for your journey? Are you willing to be the author of your life? The universe is waiting for your answer. This has all been leading to this specific moment. You are now at the point where you are not only able to understand, but also able to actively participate in your own timeline creation. And by the end of this video, you will be given a timeline activation, a technique to intentionally shift your energetic imprint and step into a higher frequency timeline. Everything that has happened until this point has been a preparation for this, and this is why you are here. This is the moment, the culmination of all of the information, all of the shifts, and all of the preparation. The time for talking about transformation is done. Now is the time for creating it. This is not just about understanding what is happening. It's about actively engaging with it, consciously and intentionally. Are you ready to begin? Are you excited about what this will create? The power is within you. Before we begin this activation, it is important for you to be clear about the timeline that you want to activate. It is not enough to just want a better future. You must be very clear and specific about the new reality that you are choosing to step into. And that means that you must get very clear not only on what you want, but how that intention feels and what specific actions you are now willing to take in order to bring that into your reality. This isn't about simply wishing for a better life. It's about aligning your intentions, your actions, and your emotions with the timeline that you desire. You must choose this future, not as an idea, but as a very tangible experience that you are now stepping into. What is the specific timeline that you are calling in? What does it look like, sound like, and feel like? Be specific. The universe responds to clarity. How will you embody that reality right now? And before we start the activation process, it's also critical that you ensure that you are emotionally aligned with the timeline that you desire. And that means you must feel joy, gratitude, and excitement for this future, as though it is already happening now. And if you are feeling fear, doubt, or skepticism, then you are still resonating with an old timeline. And you are not yet ready to step into the new one. This isn't about forcing positive emotions. It's about cultivating an authentic resonance with your desired reality. Feelings are not random. They are indicators of the timeline that you are attracting. Your emotions are not just about how you feel, they are powerful data that are showing you which reality you are creating. How do you feel in the timeline you desire? The numbers don't lie, your feelings directly influence your timeline. This activation that we are about to do is designed to help you step into the higher frequency timeline that you have been preparing for, and the activation process itself is a very specific technology that is designed to help you shift your energetic imprint, and you are not just a witness to this process. You are an active participant, a co-creator of your reality. You are now ready to move beyond the theoretical and to engage with the practical, and you are now ready to access a different future. In the next section, we will begin the timeline activation, and all of the preparations have been leading you to this exact moment. You are about to step into a new reality, and the journey that you have been on has brought you exactly here. Are you ready for what is next? You are more ready than you know. Let's quickly recap what we've covered, reinforcing how the cosmic events create energetic imprints, which then influence your personal experiences and then are followed by your intentional actions, which then alter your timeline. The solar flare, the planetary alignments, they leave an energetic signature on your timeline, which then leads to specific emotional and physical experiences, and those experiences become your signal to act, to make conscious choices that shift your frequency and redirect you toward your highest potential. It's like a loop: event, experience, action, change. These concepts aren't separate ideas. They are all part of a cohesive system, and you have the power to influence the entire system. You are both the observer and the creator, and you are the one who can change the course of the loop. Are you following the pattern? Can you see the interconnectedness? And it's essential to remember that you're being guided through this process, and that your intuition is your most valuable tool, your inner compass that is showing you which way to go. The messages that you have been receiving, the signs, the synchronicities, these are not random. They are evidence of your preparation, evidence of the guidance that you are receiving, and evidence that you are meant to participate in these shifts and to create the future that you have always dreamed of. This is not something that is happening to you. It is happening for you, and you are being supported every step of the way. You are not alone in this journey. You are part of a larger collective, and you are being lovingly guided by a team of unseen helpers. Have you felt their support? Can you feel the pull toward your higher potential? You were designed for this moment. And it's also critical to re-emphasize that you are the one who is responsible for rewriting your timeline. And while the universe is offering its support, it's your choices, your intentions, and your actions that determine your ultimate experience. And this is your opportunity to step into your power, to claim your agency, and to create the future that you truly desire. This process cannot be outsourced to anyone. It must be done by you, and that means that you must be willing to take responsibility for your choices and for the timeline that you create. This isn't a burden, it's a powerful invitation, a call to fully embrace the creator that you are. The numbers don't lie. You are the only one who can choose your future. You are now ready for the next step, and everything you have experienced has been leading you to this moment, and the activation that you are about to engage in is not just a theory. It's a very real technology for creating your desired future. You have all the tools that you need, and the universe is supporting you fully and completely, and it's time for you to step into that power, to claim the future that you know you are capable of creating. This isn't the end, it's the beginning, and you are more than ready. Are you ready to begin your new timeline? Let's begin by creating a sacred space, a focused container for your timeline activation, and this doesn't need to be complicated or elaborate. It can be as simple as lighting a candle, surrounding yourself with crystals, playing soft music, or simply closing your eyes and creating a pocket of silence. It's not about what you do, it is about the intention behind the actions that you take. The physical space is a reflection of your internal space, and when you create a space of reverence and intentionality, you are also creating an energetic container for your transformation. This is not about ritualistic perfection, It's about setting a personal energetic stage, a threshold between the old and the new, and by actively creating this space, you're signaling your readiness to step into a different reality. Have you felt the need to create a special space lately? You've been preparing for this step, haven't you? This isn't just about decorating a room, it's about creating a vibrational space for your new reality to take root. What will you use to create your space? Choose now, it's your canvas. Now let's move into aligning your personal energy with the desired timeline. And this is done through a very specific technique of breath and visualization. And you are invited to take a deep breath and feel the air filling your lungs. And as you exhale, release any tension or doubt. Feel yourself centering in this moment. And then visualize a line of light extending from your heart, reaching toward the future, your ideal timeline. And with each breath, feel yourself moving closer to it, the light growing brighter and stronger. And notice how this light is also drawing that future into this present moment. And with every breath, the two become more and more connected. This is an internal process that is designed to create a resonant field between your current self and your future potential, the alignment of thoughts, feelings, and actions. This is not about forcing anything. It is about allowing the natural flow of energy to guide you towards that higher timeline. Have you felt the pull of that timeline? This isn't just about a mental exercise. It's about embodying the energy of your future. Are you ready to connect your heart to your potential future? Breathe it in. And now we arrive at the most important step, setting your intention for your desired timeline. And this isn't just about wishing for something better. It's about creating a clear, specific, and positive vision of the reality that you want to step into. And you are asked to state your intention as if it is already happening in this present moment. For example, I am now living in a state of perfect health, joy, and abundance. Or, I am now expressing my authentic truth with ease and confidence. It's like planting a seed in fertile ground, and by stating your intention in the present tense, you're signaling to the universe that this is not just a future possibility. It's a current reality that you are choosing to embody, and the numbers don't lie. The clearer your intention is, the more powerful it becomes. And now imagine how this intention feels within your body, connecting it to your core emotional state. And by doing this, you are amplifying the power of your intention. What specific intention are you setting for your timeline? Connect it to your heart and feel it in your body. This is the destination. Now you must begin the journey. And now for the moment of timeline activation, and you are invited to speak this invocation aloud, with intention and with power. I now call upon the unseen forces of the universe, the guides, the angels, the ancestors, to support me in activating this new timeline. I call forth my highest self, and I now step into the reality of this new timeline. I am now living in accordance with my highest potential, in alignment with joy, with health, and with abundance. I thank all who are supporting me in this moment, and I am forever grateful for all that is, and all that is becoming. This moment is a conscious creation, an invitation, and an initiation. You are invoking the unseen forces to support your intention, and you're also reaffirming that you are not alone in this process, and that you are being lovingly guided by a team of unseen helpers. And by stating this invocation out loud, you are anchoring your intentions into the fabric of your reality. You are making a commitment to your future and to yourself. How does that feel? You are now ready to step through the gateway. Now, it's time to actively connect with the energy of your new timeline, and this means that you will need to visualize this reality as if you are already living within it. See the colors, the textures, the sounds, feel the emotions that are associated with your intention, and notice what it is like to be there. Are you now in your ideal career? Are you now living in your ideal space? Are you now interacting with your loved ones as your highest potential self? It is critical to remember that this is not just a future possibility. It is a present moment reality that you are choosing to embody and to experience. This is about embodying your intentions fully and completely in this moment, not just hoping for a better future, but feeling it, sensing it, knowing it, as if it is already done. And by doing this, you are accelerating the process of manifestation. Have you felt the shift in energy? Your feelings are now becoming your reality. This is not about thinking it into existence. It's about feeling it into existence. What does your new timeline feel like? And now, you are invited to create an energetic seal to anchor this timeline activation, and this can be done with a simple gesture, and I invite you to place your hands over your heart, and you are invited to say this affirmation. I now lock in this timeline. This is now my new reality, and I am fully committed to embodying this future in all of my actions, and this is now done. This is a physical act that locks in your chosen timeline and solidifies the transformation, and this isn't just a symbolic gesture. It's an energetic action that creates a lasting impression on your personal timeline, and it's a way of making the transformation tangible and real. It's a way of creating a marker, and you are now actively taking control of your destiny and declaring your commitment to the new path. What action did you just take? What intention have you now sealed? This isn't just about thinking it. It's about locking it into place. You have the power. And now, take a moment for gratitude to thank the universe, your guides, and yourself for this powerful timeline activation, acknowledging the unseen forces who have supported you through this process. Take a moment to acknowledge the support of the universe, your spiritual team, your own divine nature, and all of those who have supported you on your journey, and you are also invited to acknowledge the power and the responsibility that you have taken on by participating in this shift. This moment of gratitude is not just a courtesy. It's a way of integrating the activation into your present awareness, and it's a way of showing the universe that you recognize the gift that you have been given and that you are ready to use it wisely. How do you feel in this moment? What are you grateful for? This is the moment to celebrate the power that you have activated. You did this. And now for the practical steps, and in the next few days, journal your feelings, actions, and insights, and pay attention to the synchronicities, the signs, and the messages that the universe is sending your way, and take actions that are aligned with your vision and with the timeline you are creating. If your intention was to be healthy, then take a walk, do some yoga, eat some vegetables. If your intention was to be more confident, then speak your truth, step into your power, take actions that reinforce this. These steps are designed to make the new timeline tangible, and they are a way of solidifying the change in your day-to-day experience, and you are no longer simply a dreamer, you are an active participant in the creation of your new reality. What actions are you now willing to take in support of your new timeline? How will you now show up differently? This is not just a one-time event, it is a continuous process. What will be your first step? Let's reinforce the core pattern we have discussed, and remember the solar flare and planetary alignments created energetic imprints, then influenced your personal experiences, and now you have consciously chosen to take intentional action to rewrite your timeline, and each step has been a journey, and each step has built upon the last, and the timeline activation wasn't just an isolated event. It was a logical outcome of all the information, the shifts, and the preparation that you have been doing, and you are now actively participating in the creation of your reality. This isn't a coincidence. It's a deliberate act of conscious creation, and each part is interconnected, not isolated, and you have the power to influence the entire system. Can you feel that alignment? How does it feel to connect all the steps in the loop? This isn't just a theory, it's a lived experience. You are now empowered to intentionally shape your reality, and this means you have the understanding and the tools to use cosmic energies to create your future. But with this power comes responsibility, and you are also accountable for maintaining this new timeline, and that means that you must consistently align your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions with the future that you have chosen. And this is not about forcing things, it is about creating an internal alignment that resonates with the timeline that you are choosing. You are not at the mercy of external forces, you are the co-creator of your own reality. The universe has given you the tools, now you must build your future. Are you willing to be responsible for the new timeline? You are the author of your life. And you are not alone in this journey. And now I invite you to share your experiences in the comments below. to connect with other like-minded individuals, and to support one another on this journey of collective growth and transformation. And by sharing your stories, you're not just validating your own experience. You're also creating a ripple effect, and you are inspiring others to step into their own power. And this is a moment of celebration and a moment of collective connection. And remember that this process is a shared journey, not an isolated event. How did you experience the timeline activation? What are you ready to share? You are part of something bigger. Connect with the community. And finally, I invite you to step into a future where you are using your new understanding and your activated timelines to create a more fulfilling, a more joyful, and a more meaningful reality. This is a journey, not just an event, and you are invited to embrace the journey with excitement, with wonder, with faith, and with the knowledge that you are being guided and supported every step of the way. And that you have the power to create the future that you have always dreamed of. This isn't an end, it's a beginning. What future are you now ready to create? Step into the light. You are now free. And while you are now on your path, please know there may be challenges as you integrate this new timeline, but these are not setbacks. They are simply opportunities for growth, for strengthening your resolve and your commitment. These challenges are a natural part of the expansion, and they are designed to help you step further into your highest potential. And by recognizing them as such, you can approach them with curiosity, with resilience, and with a sense of adventure, and remember that you are not alone in this process. And you are fully supported by the universe. Have you felt the challenges that you have overcome in your life? How will you view them now? Remember your strength. And always, please trust your intuition and listen to the messages that the universe is sending you, and remember the signs, the synchronicities, the messages, and they are all evidence of the support that you are receiving, and they are there to guide you toward your highest potential. And by trusting your intuition, you're trusting your connection to the divine. And you are allowing yourself to be guided by the wisdom that is within, and it has always been within you. What messages have you been receiving? How will you trust them now? The answers are always within you. You have the wisdom. And please know that you are always consciously choosing your thoughts, actions, and behaviors, and these are the key to maintaining your chosen timeline, and you are always in the act of creation, and by being aware of this, you can choose to align your actions with your intentions, and you can choose to step into the future that you have always dreamed of. This is not a burden. It's a source of empowerment, and by recognizing your responsibility, you're also claiming your power, and you are becoming a conscious creator of your destiny. This is a journey of continuous creation, not just a one-time event. What will you now choose in this moment? Remember your power. And now I invite you to continue on this journey of self-discovery, this journey of spiritual expansion, and this journey of empowerment, and know that you are capable of creating the most magnificent future, and you are being supported every step of the way, and you are not alone in this process, and there is much more yet to come, and I invite you to keep walking forward. And keep being the brilliant being that you are, and the journey is just beginning, and the path ahead is bright, and the best is yet to come. Are you ready for what is next? The moment your timeline activation was sealed, a feedback loop was set into motion, and this loop is how your new reality begins to reveal itself. And it's not a subtle whisper, but a clear, undeniable confirmation of the path you have chosen, a mirror reflecting the intentions you've set, made visible in the circumstances around you. You may notice that obstacles that once stood like towering walls have suddenly crumbled, or perhaps doors are opening in places you never expected. And this isn't just good luck or random chance. The numbers don't lie. This is your new timeline, your new reality taking form, as if the universe is saying, yes, this is what you asked for, this is where you are heading, so pay close attention. Because what is unfolding is not just a series of random events, but tangible feedback from the universe, showing you where you are aligned and where there is still work to do. And you may find that a project you have been working on suddenly takes off, or a conversation with a stranger leads to an unexpected opportunity, or simply that you feel lighter, more focused, and with a greater sense of purpose. This is not just a theory, this is the real-world results of the intention you set, and the process has begun. Have you felt these shifts starting already? What feedback are you receiving? This is your intention made manifest. The emotional shifts that you may experience after your activation are not a sign of chaos, but rather a clear indication of the old energies making way for the new. As your vibration shifts, the emotions that no longer serve you may rise to the surface, and this might feel like a roller coaster, with moments of joy and peace mixed in, with moments of confusion and sadness. But each of these emotions are valuable. They are data points giving you precise readings about your alignment, and the more you understand the data, the more you can navigate the changes, and what was once buried or hidden is now moving into the light. So this isn't just a random emotional storm, this is your personal energetic weather pattern recalibrating. And if you find yourself feeling unusually irritable or weepy, understand that it is not a failure, but an important part of the process, because these are the old patterns, the old vibrations moving out, and as they release, you might experience a burst of clarity or a sense of deep calm. This isn't an emotional imbalance, it's an energetic shedding, and the goal isn't to suppress these feelings, but rather to observe them with curiosity, to ask what they have to tell you and what needs to be released, so that you are now free to fully step into the new timeline that you are now actively creating, with intention and clarity. How are your feelings shifting? Are you ready to explore them? This is your emotional navigation system. And it's not just your emotions that are recalibrating, your physical body is also responding to the new frequency of your chosen timeline. And it's like your physical form is a finely tuned instrument, adjusting to a new note, a new resonance, and as the old patterns release, you may experience subtle energetic shifts, like waves of tingling, unusual warmth, or a sense of lightness. This isn't just random physical sensation, it's the tangible evidence of the shifting frequencies within you, and you might find your sleep patterns shifting, with deeper, more vivid dreams, or maybe a sense of increased physical energy, or possibly a need for more rest. The numbers don't lie, your body is a sensitive receiver. And these physical sensations are signals that your form is aligning with the energy of your chosen timeline. And if you find yourself waking up at odd hours or having unusual cravings, know that your body is actively participating in this process. It is also receiving and responding, and your body is aligning with the new frequencies, and it is doing what it needs to do to support you on your journey. So honor your body's cues, give it the space and support that it needs, because it is your partner in this process, not just a vessel. What sensations are you now noticing? How is your body responding? This is your physical alignment process. The timeline activation is not a passive event. It requires active and conscious participation, and while the universe has begun to shift to match your intentions, it's up to you to take actions that continue to solidify it. And this doesn't mean that you have to suddenly become a different person or completely change all of your habits. It is about aligning your daily actions with your new intentions. And if you have set the intention to be more confident, it's time to speak your truth with conviction. If you have set the intention to be more creative, it's time to pick up a pen, a brush, a guitar, or anything that brings you joy. And if you set the intention to live in joy, it is time to seek out those experiences that make you smile, and every action, no matter how small, is a vote for the timeline you've chosen, a brushstroke on the canvas of your new reality. And remember, your choices are the compass that guides you towards your highest potential. And if you find yourself falling back into old patterns of avoidance or procrastination, gently redirect your focus and take another step forward towards the intention that you set. And with each small action, you're creating momentum and reinforcing the energetic pathways of your new reality. How will you choose to show up in your new timeline? Are you actively moving forward? You are the co-creator, not a passive observer. Now, as you move into your new timeline, you may encounter some resistance, which is a natural part of the process. and this resistance might come in the form of old patterns resurfacing, and you may find yourself slipping back into self-doubt or procrastination, or old relationships may unexpectedly reappear. And the numbers don't lie. These aren't signs that the activation has failed, but tests of your commitment, and your old patterns are like old friends who have come to visit to see if you are serious about your decision, and these tests may take the form of a familiar self-doubt, or an old trigger you thought you'd overcome, or maybe even a person from your past trying to draw you back. And this is where your awareness becomes your greatest strength. And by recognizing these patterns for what they are, simply old energies trying to reclaim their space, you can consciously choose to redirect them. And if you notice that negative self-talk creeping back in, replace it with the intention that you set. And if a toxic relationship reappears, choose to set a boundary. And each time that you do this, you are strengthening the neural pathways of your new timeline. And the more that you do this, the easier it will become. What old patterns are you now recognizing? How will you choose to respond? Remember, you are in charge of your journey. And as you navigate your new timeline, you may experience what is sometimes referred to as timeline leaks, where you might have a strange sensation of living a double life, as if you are catching glimpses of alternate realities, and this may feel like confusion or a sense that your life is shifting on a moment-to-moment basis, as if you are living in multiple timelines at once. And this isn't a sign of instability, but it is a natural side effect of the powerful timeline shift that you have chosen to make. And as your consciousness shifts between dimensions, it may feel like a disruption in your focus or a temporary feeling of out of sync. And this can cause you to question your decisions, or you may feel yourself pulled between your past and your future. And these moments of confusion are not meant to discourage you, but rather they are an invitation to clarify your intentions. And when these moments arise, take a deep breath, ground yourself, and ask yourself, what am I choosing now? And with each moment, the new timeline will become more solid and the leaks will diminish. Have you felt this pull between realities? What timeline are you now choosing? This is not a failure, but a call for clarity. During these moments of transition, it is important to take ownership of your emotional landscape and to navigate the shifts with awareness and grace. And in moments of intensity, do not fall back on old patterns of avoidance, but rather embrace them as data, and the numbers don't lie, and your emotional state is your internal GPS system, showing you where you are aligned. And when you notice strong emotions arising, take a deep breath, ground yourself, and ask yourself, what is this emotion telling me? Where do I need to make a shift? And if you are feeling overwhelmed, engage in a simple breathwork practice, taking a few moments to deepen your inhale and extend your exhale. This will center you in your body, or spend some time in quiet reflection or in nature. And the more that you practice this, the more easily you will be able to navigate the ups and downs of this process. And remember, you are not avoiding your feelings. You are learning to navigate them with skill and grace, and you are not a victim of your emotions. You are the conscious creator of them. What emotions are you noticing now? How are you choosing to navigate them? This is your journey of conscious emotional navigation. And as you move forward, always remember that you have the power to choose, and regardless of what challenges may arise, you are always actively choosing the timeline that you are resonating with. And at any moment, you can shift your focus, reset your intention, and choose to align with your desired reality. And this is not about ignoring challenges. It is about remembering your innate ability to consciously direct your experience. And even if you experience moments of self-doubt or uncertainty, take a deep breath, remember the intention that you set, and refocus your energy on the path that you desire. And if you find yourself falling back into old patterns, redirect your attention back to your desired reality, and with each conscious choice, you are not just reinforcing your new timeline, you're reinforcing your role as an active creator. And remember, your power is in your awareness, your intention, and your ability to choose your own path. And this is not just about avoiding the negative, but it is about actively stepping into the positive. and the power is always within you. What reality are you choosing right now? How will you refocus your intention? This is the key to your empowerment. And as the universe adjusts to your new chosen timeline, you are likely to experience an amplification of synchronicity, and the universe will begin to rearrange itself to support you on this path. And you may find that you are seeing the same number pattern show up repeatedly, or a specific symbol that has a deep personal meaning. Or that you begin to encounter people that are perfectly aligned with your new intention, and the numbers don't lie. These aren't mere coincidences. They are messages from the universe, clear and precise signposts guiding you forward, and these synchronicities act as validation of the power of the activation. So when you find yourself thinking of a person and then they call you out of the blue, or if you are walking down the street and you see a word or symbol that resonates with your intention, know that the universe is communicating with you, and take this as confirmation that you are on the right path and that your intentions are being supported by the universe itself. And this isn't just random events. This is the universe speaking to you, so pay close attention and be ready for guidance. What synchronicities have you started to notice? What messages are you receiving? This is the universe rearranging itself for you. And as your intuition opens up, pay close attention to the messages that you receive, as your dreams will become more vivid, more potent, carrying deeper meanings, and the thoughts that come to you may not be just random, but rather flashes of insight and downloads of wisdom, and the numbers don't lie. These intuitive messages are guides helping you navigate your new timeline. And they may come as a feeling in your body, a visual image in your mind, or even an inner voice offering words of guidance. And by actively paying attention to these messages, you are opening yourself up to receiving the wisdom that the universe has to offer. And if you find yourself repeatedly dreaming of a specific place or seeing a particular animal or symbol, take note, research it. Explore what it means for you personally, and your dreams aren't just random images, they are messages from your subconscious. And your intuition isn't just a feeling, it's a powerful tool that is there to guide you toward your highest potential. So trust what you receive. It is always there to help you and not hurt you. What messages are you now decoding? How will you use your intuitive guidance? This is your connection to the unseen realms. As you move forward on your journey, remember that the unseen forces are actively collaborating with you, and your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, they are all supporting you on your chosen timeline, and they are communicating with you via the synchronicities and the intuitive insights. And the numbers don't lie, and they aren't just observing from afar, they are active collaborators, helping you move through any challenges with ease and grace, and they are there to offer support, to help you see your path with clarity. And you are not alone in this process. You are part of a larger cosmic family, and when you are feeling doubt, take a moment to call on your guides and ask for their help. And when you receive an intuitive message, know that this message is coming from a loving source that is always there to support your highest potential. And this isn't a belief to inspire fear. It is meant to be a source of deep comfort and reassurance that you are never truly alone. You are always loved and supported. Do you feel this unseen support? Who is guiding you now? This is your team of unseen helpers. And as you begin to recognize the signs and the patterns that the universe is presenting to you, make a practice of actively looking for them. And the more you do this, the clearer your new timeline will become. And you can do this by keeping a journal, by reflecting on your daily experiences, and by always looking for connections between your intentions and your actions, and the numbers don't lie. And this will help you to more deeply integrate the new timeline into your conscious experience, and the patterns might seem random to an outside observer. But when you become more aware of your intention, you will begin to see how every event, every encounter, is connected to the intention that you have set. And if you have set an intention to find love, you might find yourself encountering people who are resonating at a higher level of connection, or a friend might introduce you to someone. And if you have set an intention to be more successful, you may find that opportunities are coming to you in unexpected ways. And by actively looking for these patterns, you are no longer just reacting. You are a conscious participant in this journey. And your experiences are not random. They are reflections of your intentions. What patterns are you now recognizing? How are your intentions connecting? This is your new timeline unfolding before you. The integration of your new timeline is a continuous process, and in order to keep it flowing, it's essential to create a practice of energetic hygiene, and this doesn't need to be a complicated ritual. It is about consciously clearing and protecting your energy on a daily basis. And the numbers don't lie, and you can do this by spending some time in nature. By taking a few moments for mindful breathwork, by engaging in creative activities, or by simply doing what brings you joy, because these activities are not just self-care, they are essential for maintaining your alignment with the energy of your chosen timeline. And if you find yourself feeling drained or off balance, take a moment to do what brings you joy. And when you focus on what makes you feel good, you are aligning your energy with your intentions. And as you consciously work on clearing your own energy, you are also creating a protective barrier against the old. And remember that energetic hygiene is not just an occasional practice. It's a vital part of maintaining your new reality, so make this an active part of your daily life. What will you do today to cleanse and protect your energy? How will you keep your vibration high? This is your path to consistent energetic hygiene. And in order to maintain the momentum, it's essential that you continue to take small, consistent steps towards your goals, and the numbers don't lie, and these small actions are adding up to a much larger reality shift. And if you have set an intention to build a business, start with one small step today. And if you have set an intention to be more healthy, go for a walk or choose healthy food. And if you have set an intention to find your soulmate, say yes to meeting new people, and the key here is consistency, not perfection, and every action that you take, no matter how small, is a vote for your new timeline, and a step on your path towards making it a reality. And don't underestimate the power of small steps, and they are adding up, and your actions are not isolated events. They are all interconnected, and you are building a new reality, one step at a time, so stay consistent, stay committed, and trust the process. What small action will you take today? How will you keep the momentum going? This is how your small steps create great change. And as you continue on your path, remember that the timeline you've chosen is not set in stone, and it's constantly evolving, and it's important to monitor the feedback that you are receiving and to be ready to make adjustments as needed. And if you find that you are experiencing moments of disharmony or misalignment, and the numbers don't lie, take a deep breath, reflect on your intentions, and recalibrate your energy to refocus. And it's like navigating a ship at sea. If you get off course, you simply adjust the sails, and you don't need to be perfect, you only need to be conscious. And if you find that a goal isn't resonating with your heart, you can change it. And if you find that your intention no longer serves you, you can create a new intention. And remember that you are always in charge of your journey. You are a dynamic creator, not a static entity. So stay aware of the feedback you are getting, make adjustments as needed, and embrace the flexibility of this ever-evolving process. What feedback are you noticing? How will you recalibrate when needed? This is your journey of continuous alignment. And always remember that this entire timeline activation is an opportunity for continuous growth, and the numbers don't lie, and there is always more to learn, more to explore, more to expand into, and the shifts that you have experienced are not the end point of your journey. They are a stepping stone, and now that you know how the process works, you can continually apply this understanding to all areas of your life, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Every setback is a chance to learn, and every moment is a chance to move further into your potential. And this isn't just a process of constant change. It's an invitation to become more of who you truly are, to expand your potential, and to embrace the journey. And you are always growing, always evolving, and that is why you are here. How will you choose to grow today? What is your next level of expansion? This is a journey of continuous expansion. Now that you have experienced the loop of cosmic events influencing your personal experience, and how that led you to the conscious actions that you took in your timeline activation, you now have a greater understanding of how everything connects, and the numbers don't lie, and you can see that you're not just a passive observer, but an active participant in the creation of your reality. And the connections are now visible, and more importantly, they are personal, and the solar flare, the planetary alignments, your personal experiences, and your intentions are now all part of one seamless system. And this isn't just an intellectual understanding, it's an embodied experience that you have just gone through, and you now see how each step connects to the next. And you now know how to intentionally shape your reality with the powers that you have unlocked. And this integration is a powerful act of remembrance. And now you see how all the pieces fit, not just as a theory, but as a living, breathing reality. Can you now feel how everything is connected? Do you now see your role in this process? This is your experience of integration. And now you have experienced the power that you have to intentionally shape your own reality, and you are equipped with the understanding, the tools, and the awareness to use the current energies to create the future that you desire. But with this power also comes the responsibility, and you are now accountable for maintaining your chosen timeline, and you must actively align your thoughts, actions, and emotions with your vision, and the numbers don't lie, and this is not a burden. It is a call to action, and you are not waiting for someone else to create your future. You are the co-creator, and the universe has equipped you with all the necessary tools. So take responsibility, step into your power, and create a world that is aligned with your highest potential. And remember, there is no going back, and this is your moment to shine. Are you ready to take responsibility? How will you use your power now? This is your call to conscious creation. Now, as you continue on your path, I invite you to share your experiences in the comment section below, to connect with others, and to support each other on this journey of collective growth and expansion. And by sharing your insights, by asking questions, and by celebrating your wins, you are helping others step into their own power. And the numbers don't lie, and this journey is a collective one. And it is important to support one another along the way, and when you share your story, you inspire others to do the same, and by sharing your experience, you are also solidifying it within yourself. And this isn't just a place to share. It is a place to connect, and a place to grow, and to celebrate the transformation that is now taking place. So connect, share, and expand with the community, because you are not alone. What will you share today? Who are you ready to connect with? This is your community of empowered creators. And with all of that being said, and all of the awareness that you now have, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, because this is just the beginning, and there is so much more to explore, so much more to learn, and by subscribing, you are committing yourself to continuing on this journey of exploration. And the numbers don't lie, and there is always more to uncover and to integrate, and by subscribing, you will continue to receive information that is designed to help you further activate your highest potential. And if you are ready to continue this journey, click the subscribe button, and we will continue this exploration together, because this journey has just begun, and it's time to take the next steps. Are you ready for what comes next? Click the subscribe button now. This is your invitation to continuous growth. And as we come to the close of this activation, I want to thank you for participating in this transformative journey and your willingness to step into your power, and know that this is just the start, and that there are so many new paths to explore, so many more mysteries to unlock, and you have done so much, and you are capable of even more, and your journey is a continuous unfolding. And you have access to all the knowledge and support that you need, and I honor your bravery, your dedication, and your willingness to walk this path. And there is so much more to come, and I look forward to sharing it with you. And may your journey be filled with joy, with wonder, and with an ever-expanding sense of your own infinite potential. What is now calling to you? This is not the end, only the beginning. This precise moment, right here, right now, is not just another tick on the clock. It is a powerful nexus point, a convergence of cosmic energies and personal timelines colliding with an intensity you've likely never experienced before. And it's as if the universe has set the stage for a grand transformation, and you're standing at a crossroads where the paths of potential realities are now more visible and accessible than ever. And it's not a gentle nudge, but a forceful push from unseen forces to take the lead and make a choice. And the energies that are converging right now aren't just some distant cosmic event. They are intensely personal and intimately connected with your unique life journey. And this collision of energy is creating an opening, an opportunity for you to actively rewrite your story, not in some distant future, but starting now. In this exact moment, and the external pressures that you've been feeling, the inner tugs, the overwhelming sense of something has to change, isn't just a coincidence or random feeling. It's the effect of this energy shift and this powerful crossroads, and the choices you make right now will not only impact the present, but will ripple throughout your entire life, creating the future that you desire. So take a breath, feel the weight of this moment, and know that you're standing at a threshold of unprecedented potential, and you are here for a reason, and this is your time to choose. Are you ready to step into your power? How will you use this moment of potential? This is your time to choose the path that you desire. The concept of timeline convergence isn't just a theory. It is a tangible experience that is happening right now, and it's as if different streams of personal realities, each carrying its own unique past, present, and future, are now merging together, creating a powerful vortex of potential. And these are not linear tracks. Each timeline carries its own unique frequency, its own specific energy and experiences, and as these timelines converge, you're experiencing an amplification of change and opportunity, as if multiple versions of yourself and your life are suddenly becoming visible. And it's like a river that was once separated into many smaller streams is now coming back together again, carrying the energy of every possible outcome and potential experience within it. And this convergence creates a potent moment of access, where the possibility to step into any of these timelines becomes available to you. And this isn't a sign of chaos or disorder, but an invitation to make conscious choices about what you want to experience. And you may have a sense that the past, the present, and the future are now moving together, as if the old limitations are being dissolved by the sheer force of possibility. And it's a call to move with intention, and the numbers don't lie. And it's a chance for you to actively choose the future that you desire to experience, not just as an idea, but as a tangible reality that you are now stepping into. Have you felt this mixing of timelines? Are you ready to navigate these new potentials? This is the merging of all possibilities. Your personal timeline anchors are not just random events of your past. They are the energetic imprints that are linked to specific emotional experiences and behavioral patterns. And each time you revisit these emotions or repeat these patterns, you're unconsciously locking yourself into a particular timeline. It's as if every feeling and every reaction is a marker, a signal that shows your alignment with a specific potentiality. And it's like a song that you've listened to repeatedly, and the notes of the melody become encoded into your very being, and every time you re-listen to the same notes, the same old feelings are now activated, and the past is not just a distant memory, but an active force that is shaping your present reality through these energetic anchors. And each time you feel the familiar tug of an old sadness or an old fear, you're not just reliving a past moment. You are actively reconnecting with a specific timeline, and this isn't about feeling bad about these old patterns. It is about becoming aware of how deeply ingrained these patterns are, and this allows you to consciously choose to release them. And it's like having a map of your past, and when you know where these old markers are, you can actively choose to move in a different direction. And every emotion and every reaction is a signal that is guiding you, not just to what was, but to what can be, and the numbers don't lie. And by becoming aware of these anchors, you're regaining the power to rewrite your personal story, one step at a time. Can you identify these timeline anchors in your life? How do they connect to your present reality? This is where your past meets your present. And remember the timeline activation that you experienced in the previous section. That wasn't a passive ritual. It was a conscious act of co-creation. And it was a clear demonstration of your ability to intentionally shape your reality, and the numbers don't lie. And it wasn't just about setting a goal. It was about stepping into your power and actively choosing the timeline that you want to live in. And you're not just a spectator in this grand cosmic event, you're an active participant, and your intentions are the brushstrokes on the canvas of your new reality. And this activation wasn't just a moment in time, it was a declaration of your power and the commitment to live a more intentional life. And this shows you that you are not just along for the ride, and you have agency. And the power to make choices that impact everything, and the results that you are seeing now are the direct reflection of that commitment. And your personal world is not fixed. It is something you are creating with every thought, every feeling, every choice, and it's an ongoing process of conscious co-creation with the universe, and you are actively creating your own reality. How are you now stepping into this role as a co-creator? Are you ready to claim the power that you hold? This is your ongoing collaboration with the universe. Now, as you move forward, know that you are not alone in this journey, and the unseen forces are working to actively support you and guide you, and they are not just observing you from afar, they are actively participating in your transformation. And they may show up as synchronicities, as intuitions, as a sense of being guided towards a specific path. And the numbers don't lie, and these forces, which can be your guides, your angels, your ancestors, are all working in harmony with your intentions. And it's like you have a cosmic support team, a dedicated group of benevolent forces who want to see you thrive. And their communications are not always clear and obvious. Sometimes it's a subtle whisper of guidance in your heart, or a sense that you're being pulled in a certain direction. Or it may be the right person appearing in the right place at the right time, offering the exact help that you need, or perhaps a dream that is filled with potent symbolism. These are all signposts from your support team, showing that you are on the right path, and that they are there to help you, and this isn't just random, it is part of the divine orchestration. And they are helping you step into your highest potential, so trust in the unseen support that is available to you, and open yourself to the guidance that is always there. How are you now experiencing this support? Who is guiding you now? This is your unseen team of helpers. And as this timeline convergence continues to unfold, your intuition will become amplified, a clear and powerful source of guidance as you navigate these shifts, and your inner voice will become louder and more clear as the veil between worlds thins, allowing you to access a deeper level of knowing. And it's as if you have a direct line to your own personal wisdom, and the numbers don't lie. And this isn't some abstract concept, it's a tangible experience of clarity and insight, and your intuition isn't just a feeling or a hunch, it's a powerful compass that is guiding you on your path, and it's always there to help you, and this is your inner knowing, the ability to access knowledge beyond the rational mind, and this is your connection to a deeper understanding of yourself and of the world around you, and it's as if you are always able to access your own personal map, and your intuition isn't something you need to develop, it's something that you already have, and as the old energies fade away and you are more connected to your true nature, it's simply a matter of trusting that inner knowing and learning to listen to the whispers of your soul. And it's not about ignoring the logical mind, it's about including intuition as a vital part of your decision-making process. So trust yourself and trust the guidance that is coming from within, because this is always designed to support your growth and expansion. How is your intuition now speaking to you? Are you trusting the guidance that you are receiving? This is your inner compass. And these intuitive messages aren't just abstract concepts, they are showing up in your daily life, and the universe is speaking to you through symbols, through signs, through repeating numbers, and through patterns in the world around you, and the numbers don't lie, and it's not just a random event, it's a personal message that is being sent directly to you. And if you keep seeing the number 111 or 333, or if you keep hearing a specific song, or if you keep seeing a specific symbol, pay attention, because these are all coded messages from the universe. And it's like the universe is speaking to you through a secret language, a language that is unique to you and your personal path. And you can ask yourself, what do these numbers mean to you? What is the message behind this song? What do I feel when I see this particular symbol? And the answer is always unique to you and your own inner knowing. So take a moment to look around and ask yourself what messages are now presenting themselves to you, what connections are being made. And by actively decoding these messages, you're not just passively observing your life, you're an active participant in your journey, and the universe is constantly speaking to you. What messages are you now interpreting? How are they connecting to your current experiences? This is the language of the universe speaking directly to you. And although these unseen forces are actively collaborating with you, the foundation of this transformation is your own personal power, and the numbers don't lie, and it is essential to remember that you are not a puppet, and you are not simply being guided by external forces. Your actions, your choices, and your intentions are the driving force behind this transformation. And these unseen forces are there to support and guide you, but ultimately, you are the one who is making the choices and taking the actions. And this is a powerful combination of both divine support and personal accountability. And your power lies in your conscious awareness, your intentionality, and your willingness to step up and claim your role as a co-creator of your reality. And by taking full accountability for your actions, you are stepping into your full potential, and you're not just waiting for something to happen, you are actively making it happen. And it's a recognition that you have free will and that your actions are the keys to unlocking the reality that you desire. And this isn't a burden. It's an invitation to step into your power with courage and confidence. And you have been preparing for this, haven't you? How are you now owning your personal power? What actions will you take to claim this new reality? This is your foundation for transformation. And as you step into this new awareness, it's important to understand that your timelines are not fixed. They are constantly shifting and rewriting, and the numbers don't lie. And this transformation is not about changing the past. It's about aligning with the desired outcome in the present moment. It's about intentionally choosing the future you want to experience. And it's like you have the ability to edit your own movie, and you have the power to change the narrative, to shift the characters, and to change the outcome, and you are no longer bound by the old patterns of the past. You have the power to choose how your story unfolds, and it's not about trying to change what has already happened, but about making new choices. And when you shift your focus to the desired outcome, and you take action in the present moment, you are actively rewriting your future. And this isn't some abstract concept, it's a very real and powerful process. And it's about consciously choosing a different direction, and you're in control of what your future will look like, not the circumstances or past patterns. What future are you now choosing to write? How will you make a different choice? This is where you take back your power. And this ability to rewrite your timeline is directly linked to the concept of shifting your personal frequencies. And it is by aligning your vibration with a specific reality that you are able to step into that new timeline. And the numbers don't lie. And it's as if you're tuning a radio to a new station, and each station broadcasts a different program. And each timeline carries its own distinct frequency. And as you shift your inner vibration, you're also shifting your alignment with the timeline you desire, and your emotional state, your thoughts, and your actions are all vibrations that are broadcasting into the world. And as you consciously focus on positive emotions, empowering thoughts, and intentional actions, you are raising your vibration. And as you raise your vibration, you're also changing your reality. And it's like having a dial that allows you to choose a new frequency. And every shift in your inner world creates a corresponding shift in your outer world. And it is by consciously choosing your frequency that you are choosing your timeline, and you have control over this process. What frequency are you now choosing to tune into? How are you aligning your energy? This is how you shift to a new reality. And your actions, those conscious choices that you make each day, are the regulators of your frequency, and they either amplify or diminish your alignment with a specific timeline. And the numbers don't lie. And every choice that you make, every thought that you think, and every action that you take is a vote for one of the potential realities that are available to you. And this isn't a passive process, but an active choice about how you show up in the world. And if you choose actions that support your desires, you are raising your frequency and you are strengthening your alignment with the desired timeline. And if you choose actions that are not aligned with your desires, your frequency will drop and you are moving further away from the outcome you are seeking. And it's like steering a ship. And each adjustment to the wheel will bring you closer to your destination. And it's all about conscious choices, and you are choosing the timeline that you want to live in, one action at a time, and you are the captain of your own ship. What actions are you now choosing? How are you regulating your vibration? This is how your choices shape your reality. And in this process of choosing your timelines, your intention becomes the driving force, the directive that guides you towards your desired destination. And this isn't just passive wishing, it's active directed energy that is focused on a specific goal, and the numbers don't lie, and your intention acts like a laser beam, focusing your energy on the specific outcome that you desire. And as you focus with clarity and intention, you are creating the pathway for this reality to manifest into your life. And this intentionality isn't just a mental exercise. It's a focused power that is creating your reality, and it's like programming a GPS. You are setting the coordinates of where you want to go, and you are taking steps toward that destination. And your intention is the force that is shaping the universe around you, and with every focused thought and every conscious decision, you are actively creating the reality that you want to experience. So the more clearly you define your intention, the more quickly and easily your desired reality will manifest. What is the intention that is now driving your choices? How are you now focusing your energy? This is your directive power. And this rewrite of your timeline is not just something that is happening at some point in the future. It's a process that is happening right now, in real time, and the numbers don't lie. And you are already starting to experience the results of the shift that you have made. And the changes that you are seeing are not just some random occurrence. They are signs that the new timeline is beginning to manifest, and it's like planting a seed, and at first you don't see the growth, but gradually you notice the sprouting and then the plant growing into a fully realized form, and your intentions are working in the same way, and what you've planted will continue to grow as you move forward. And it is important to keep paying attention to the signs that are appearing, because that is how you will know that the changes are taking place, and your focus is not on passively waiting for change. It's about actively participating in your own transformation, and it's not in the future, it's now, and you are in the process of creating it. What immediate results are you now experiencing? How is your new timeline now showing itself? This is your process of real-time manifestation. And by rewriting your timeline, you are not just changing your past or your future, you are expanding your entire reality. And this isn't just about you, it's about the world around you, and the numbers don't lie. And it's like adding a new dimension to your perception. And by choosing a higher timeline, you are creating opportunities and new experiences that you never thought possible. And this is not simply a personal shift, but it is also a collective shift. And as you step into this new timeline, you are also making space for others to do the same, and you are part of a larger web of interconnectedness. And the changes that you are creating within yourself have a ripple effect, impacting everything and everyone around you, and you're not just changing your individual world. You are changing the entire world, and you're contributing to a larger shift in the consciousness of humanity, and it is your actions and your choices that are helping create a new reality for all of us. How are you now changing the world around you? What possibilities are now opening up? This is your journey into an expanded reality. And this potential for expansion is not limited. The possibilities for your growth and transformation are endless, and the numbers don't lie. and it's like you are entering into a vast, unexplored territory, and each step that you take opens up more possibilities for growth and exploration. And you're not just on a journey to transform one area of your life. It's a journey to become more and more of who you truly are, and this isn't just about reaching a specific goal. It's about embracing a continuous path of learning, of growing, and of evolving, and the shift that you have made is not the end. It's just the beginning of a process of unending expansion, and each day will offer you more opportunities to grow and more ways to expand your potential. And the journey never truly ends. What is the next level of expansion now calling you towards? What new doors are now opening? This is your path of limitless potential. And with all of this being said, you are now living in the timeline that you chose, and you will continue to experience the results of your activation, and the numbers don't lie, and this is not some far-off future. It is happening now, and your focus now should be on how you are navigating this new world, and paying attention to the subtle shifts that are continuing to unfold around you. Because you are not waiting for some future change, you are living it right now, and this is now your reality, and you are the one who has created it, and your role now is to move forward with awareness, to observe the beauty of the new timeline that you have created, and this is your new life, and you will continue to see the results unfold. How will you now move forward in your new timeline? What will you do next? This is your next step on the journey. So here it is, the culmination of everything we've discussed, everything you've felt, and everything that has been shifting both within and around you. The massive solar flare that erupted, combined with the specific planetary alignments we've explored, they were not just random celestial events. They were precise triggers, designed with intent, orchestrated to initiate a major shift in timelines, not just for you, but for the collective. And you, feeling this pull, this resonance with this very message, it isn't accidental. It's a direct result of that orchestrated shift. It was designed to bring you into this awareness, because you are not most people, you are the one who was prepared to receive this information, and what felt like random chaos was actually a very specific and intentional activation of a new timeline. The questions you were asking were not random. They were signals guiding you here to this exact moment of revelation, and everything has been building towards this understanding. The answer was always here. You simply needed the right framework to see it. Are you now seeing that the mystery of why now has finally been answered? You were divinely called for this moment, and circling back to the core pattern. A cosmic event, like that massive solar flare, impacting your personal experience, which then requires an intentional action, and this pattern isn't just about something happening to you. It's about you actively participating, engaging, and shaping the experience, and this isn't passive acceptance of events. It is about you taking the reins and stepping into your role as the active agent of creation. And all of the information up until this point was designed to empower you to take conscious action and intentionally create the timeline that you want to inhabit. And all the pieces that we've been fitting together were all designed to bring you to this precise moment, and everything was meant to lead you to this point of self-empowerment. Are you now seeing that you are the active agent and not the passive observer? You are the one in control of the direction of your life. Let's consolidate what you now know. Timeline flexibility isn't just an idea. It's your direct experience of the universe as a constant dance of possibility, and you've learned that your energetic imprints are not shackles of the past, but the keys to unlocking new realities, and you've also grasped that the power of your intention isn't just wishful thinking. It is the force that actively shapes your present and your future, and all of this is not just theoretical knowledge. These are now tools in your hand. They are the active elements of your transformation, ready to be used at any moment. You've moved beyond simply acknowledging these concepts. You're actively experiencing their truth. It's not just about what you know, but now about what you can do with what you know. Do you see these now as tools for transformation? You are now the master of your own reality. And the perspective that you've gained here is monumental, because you've moved away from the idea of events happening to you, and you're now understanding your role as a conscious co-creator, actively engaging with these energies, and that subtle but powerful shift in perspective is everything. It means you are no longer at the mercy of external forces. You're an active participant in a grand cosmic collaboration, and you are no longer just reacting to the events that happen. You are now choosing the direction that they go in, and you have evolved to a space where you are no longer feeling helpless, but now feeling powerful. And that is the shift that allows you to move into a higher potential. This moment has shifted your entire experience of reality. Can you feel this new perspective? You are no longer a victim, you are now a creator. And this personal transformation that you're going through is not isolated, because it's deeply interwoven with the larger collective shift that is taking place on this planet. And you, by actively participating in your own timeline activation, are contributing to humanity's movement toward a higher potential. And your individual work is like a single wave in a vast ocean of change. And each wave creates the momentum of the whole ocean, and what you're doing in your own personal life has direct implications for the entire world. And the steps that you take toward your own expansion will create that same expansion around the globe, and you're not alone in this journey. You're part of a powerful movement that is transforming all of humanity. Are you now feeling a connection to something larger than yourself? You are a key element in the global transformation. And the core pattern of a cosmic event, like that massive solar flare, impacting your personal experience, and then inviting an intentional action isn't just a personal process, it's the very principle that is governing all of reality. You are living proof of this truth, and your experiences are a clear and valid example of this larger and more powerful process, and it wasn't just designed for you. It is designed for everyone, and what you are going through is not simply an accident or some random set of occurrences. It's how reality is created, and it's not just a process that is happening to you. It is a principle that you are now embodying, and you are not the exception. You are a clear example of the way that everything works. Are you now seeing that your experience is a powerful teacher? Your life is a profound and valid message. And with this new awareness comes the responsibility for every choice you make, because each one doesn't just impact your personal life, but it also contributes to the collective timeline, creating a ripple effect that expands far beyond your immediate experience, and the choices you make now resonate throughout all timelines, impacting not just your life, but the world at large. And it's important to note that every action, every thought, and every feeling creates a ripple of influence, and you are part of a large interconnected system, and you are not a single person acting alone, but you are part of a unified field of consciousness, and your choices are both personal and global at the same time. And that should create a potent feeling of responsibility and engagement with the entire process. Are you now recognizing the power of your choices? Every action is creating an effect on all of existence. And what may have felt like chaos was never a random disruption, but a meticulously orchestrated process of transformation. And what you perceived as disorder was just an act of creation, a necessary disruption that was designed to break down the old and create space for the new. And that initial feeling of tension and overwhelm was actually the process of your old reality being dismantled, so that a new one could be built in its place. And it is important to note that chaos is the necessary dance of change and transformation, and that you are not simply in the middle of random events, you are a powerful participant in your transformation. And your experience was designed to facilitate your growth and expansion. Can you now see order in the apparent chaos? You are not being disrupted, you are being created, and those previously mysterious concepts. The thinning of the veil, the increased synchronicities, the heightened emotions, these aren't just random occurrences, but they're actually clear signs of your readiness, the markers on the path towards your new timeline, and that thinness of the veil was not a danger, but it was the signal of your greater connection to the subtle energies that surround you, and the synchronicities were not coincidences, but were the clear guidance of your internal compass, and the heightened emotions were not a burden, but they were a sign of the depth of your participation with this process. And all of these events and experiences and insights are all converging into one single message. You are prepared for the activation. Are you now understanding the meaning of these messages? You are divinely prepared to step onto this path. And all of the patterns that we've explored up to this point have now converged into a completed cycle, and the timeline activation wasn't just a random part of this process. It was the logical and the inevitable conclusion to all that came before, and that the pattern of cosmic shifts impacting personal timelines, all leading to intentional action, has now been fulfilled. And this wasn't just an idea that we were discussing, it was an active process, and it was all designed to bring you to this moment, and the activation was not some added bonus. It was the final step in an already well-defined process, and it has all culminated in this new timeline that you have chosen. Are you now seeing how all the patterns have come together? This was always the logical conclusion, and those initial questions that you had, the questions of why me and why now, have now been answered. Not by me, but through your own process of self-discovery, and those questions weren't just seeking an answer, they were a prompt, an invitation to actively engage with this grand process of transformation, and you didn't get the answers. You became the answers by embodying the process, and you have moved from simply seeking information to actively creating your own experience, and you now understand that you have all of the tools necessary to navigate your own journey, and it was always within you, and it wasn't a path that was simply laid out in front of you, but rather it was a path that you have now actively created for yourself. Do you now see that you have the answers? You now have the tools to write your own story. And with that, the tension can now be released, because you are not at the mercy of random events, but you are the conscious author of your life, and the challenges that you may encounter are not obstacles. They are simply new opportunities for you to grow and expand, and you have the power to maintain your chosen timeline, and you have the ability to navigate the unexpected. And the tension isn't gone because of some external force. It is gone because you have become more powerful and more able to move through any challenge that presents itself. And it is not the lack of challenges that brings peace, but the presence of internal strength and the knowledge that you can navigate all challenges with grace and ease. Are you now feeling empowered to navigate any challenge? Your inner power is the answer, not the absence of tension. Now, what new territories will you explore? How can we now collectively create a more harmonious world using these powerful principles? What new possibilities will now emerge from this collective shift as we consciously work together? And it isn't just about our personal growth. It's also about how we are now engaging with the collective, and we have the ability to expand our potential as individuals and as a unified community. And it's not just about personal gain, it's about collective transformation and how you are now creating a better world for everyone to live in. What kind of world do you choose to build together? How will you now contribute to a more harmonious collective? This is your invitation to expand beyond your own experience. And this timeline shift that you have just activated is just the beginning. Its ripples will continue to expand and create a more conscious and intentional world, and you will continue to see that the effects of your choices are going to impact the world around you, as your personal transformation has a global ripple effect, and your actions are creating a more powerful and loving world, and you are part of a web of interconnectivity. And each of your choices has a significant and powerful impact, and the new world that you are stepping into is being designed by you, so continue to step into that power. What future will you create? Your actions are far more powerful than you realize. And now, I invite you to share your experiences in the comments below, connect with other like-minded individuals, and join the ongoing discussion. It is important to know that you are not alone in this journey, and that together we can create a powerful support network to help each other thrive. And it's not just about listening to the message. It's about creating a shared experience with others who are going through the same process. So reach out, connect, and share your gifts with the world, and let's build this new world together. How will you now connect with our community? You are not alone in this process. And I want to thank you for taking the time to listen, and I invite you to subscribe to this channel for more content, and together we will continue to explore the complex concepts, the advanced techniques, and the mysteries of our existence, and that this isn't just the end, it is a bridge to more, and I am here to support you as you continue this journey of expansion, and we can take this path together. And you are ready for the journey ahead, so let's continue to create this new world together. What is the next level of understanding that you are moving towards? Your journey is far from over.